Hello everyone, in this presentation I will explain on the main phonetic difference among British English, American English and Australian English, although these varieties belong to the same language. They differ in pronunciation, vowel quality, prosody, and consonant realization. Understanding those differences is important because English learners are frequently exposed to speakers from different countries recognizing dialectal variation, improves listening comprehension, pronunciation, and communicate competence. Today I will focus on three important phonetic features: vowel difference, second, prosody, and allophones of the consonants. Vowel difference. One of the most noticeable differences among these dialects in the pronunciation is the vowels. One example is dance. In British English is dance. In American English is dance. And in Australian English is dance. Analysis. British and Australian English generally use a long vowel similar to A, while American English uses the short vowel A. The second example is tomato. In British English is tomato. In American English is tomato. And Australian English is tomato. Analysis. The stressed vowel changes considerably across dialects, creating different pronunciation of the same word. The three examples to the vowel difference is news. In British English is news. In British English is news. In American English is news. In Australian English is news. Prosody. Prosody refers to whether the sound r is pronounced after a vowel. Example, car. In British English is car. In British English is without R. In American English is car. And Australian English is equal, saying the British English is car. American English is generally because the speakers pronounce the final R. British and Australian English are generally not noticed because the R is not pronounced unless another vowel follows. Example, teacher. In British English is teacher. In American English is teacher. In Australian English is teacher. American English pronunciates the final R color vowel, whereas British and Australian English do not. Allophones of T. The pronunciation of T varies widely among dialects. Example, water. In British English is water. In American English is water. In Australian English is water. Water. Analysis. British English means a clear T. American and Australian English use frequently the alveolar flat R. Other example is better. In British English is better. In American English is better. In Australian English is better. In Australian English always is R. The T becomes a flat sound between vowels and American and Australian English. Other example is mountain. In British English is mountain. In American English is mountain. In Australian English is mountain. American and Australian speakers often replace T with a glottal stop